Sorry about the background noise. They're doing a demolition of a building across the road. I think they're making way for like houses or something like that, units or something. So they'll be banging, they'll be crashing, trucks, the whole bit. So I apologise. You'll probably hear that off and on throughout the podcast. So welcome back. You can find me as TamsCraftyKnits on Facebook, Instagram, and I am also on Snapchat, but I am a little bit selective about who I kind of add on there. There's kind of a bit of a core group of us, and we're on there, but feel free to message me if you want to have a chat, and I just kind of want to get to know people a little bit more before I add them on Snapchat. But all other social media, you can follow me on there. I'm also on Ravelry as TamsCraftyKnits. So welcome. My name is Tamara. I go by Tam usually. Either or is totally fine. I am wearing two of my own knitted items today. One is a finished object for this episode, which I'm a bit excited about. I have been wearing this non-stop since I finished it. It's been really cold here. Today is actually the first time in quite a number of days that we've actually had a day without rain, or spitting rain, or just the light, drizzly, obnoxious, pitiful rain. The other item that I'm wearing, I finished this quite a while ago. This is my, and you probably have to deal with the dogs next door. They're annoying. This is my sockhead hat. This is, and I'm gonna have funny hat hair, but anyway. Sorry, I thought the cat was behind me. She's under the bed because she doesn't like the noise. This is my first, I believe it was my first sockhead hat. The yarn is by Fiber Revolution. It's on Etsy, and this is in the Wonderland colorway. I still do have some of this, so I could definitely incorporate it into something else. The decreases aren't that great on this one because it's my first sockhead hat, but I love it. It's a merino nylon, and I love the colours in it. So, and my hair is growing back. If you're a new subscriber, I actually shaved my hair off just over 2 months ago for Relay for Life. It raises money for cancer. I have a friend who is at stage 4 cancer at the moment. I've had a relative pass away from cancer, so I felt like it was kind of important for me to do that and raise some money for our team. So it was literally shaved right off. Like, there was like tiny bit of stubble, so it has grown back. It's now at this awkward stage where it's going every which way and it's being uncontrollable. So I have started putting stuff in my hair. I don't really like to do that because I don't like the feeling of too much product or anything in my hair, which is why I generally wear a hat most of the time. But yeah, occasionally I won't wear a hat. Like, if I'm at home, I don't generally wear a hat. I've literally just come back. I'm going to the supermarket, all that fun stuff. So that's why I have a hat on, because it's freezing outside. I think it's supposed to get to like 10 or 12 degrees Celsius here today, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'll put it down here. It's pretty cold. And the other one is, I think when I did my bind off for this, it was a little bit tight. Like, I had to take my glasses off to get it on and off, which I'm as blind as a bat, but I actually started this this is the second time I've done this. I stuffed up the what's it? Oh, that's my weaved in end. I stuffed it up when I went to bind off last time. I dropped stitches, and I dropped stitches through quite a few rows, and so I just ripped the entire thing back and started knitting it again. This, I can find the bag that I had it in, which is this one, by Knit and Stitch Bits. She's actually taking a break from her Etsy shop at the moment, but I'm sure she will be back very soon. Is by Miss Click Clack. This is her Darling Road DK. It's a superwash merino in the Turkish Delight colorway. She has an Etsy store. I love her yarn. I have another yarn of hers. I don't know where I put it. It could actually, yes I do. It's in that bag of ones that I've scanned up. So good. You can follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and she's also on Ravelry. So I have this much left. It's about 9 to 10 grams of yarn left. I have no idea what kind of yardage or anything like that, but I think it would be kind of fun. And I actually got out all of my Gilmore Girls colorways. They're all fingering weight yarn. They're by Flock and Needle, which is another Australian Etsy dyer. She actually has her own website now, which I believe is flockandneedle.com. I'll have to double check that. And yeah, I was thinking about doing a blanket with those, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. But I think, I have a decent amount of DK yarn in my stash. Whether it be merino or acrylic. I don't know, I think I'll just save up, my little bits that I have left, and maybe do a blanket or something with them eventually when I have enough. I know people do like mini skein swaps and things like that. I don't know if I've typically seen it with fingering weight yarn. Yeah, but that's in a Turkish Delight colorway, and it's just really pretty. There is, I'll have to take a close-up photo so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, but there is greys, there's some teal, magenta, and those kind of colours make like these really pretty browns. And I do have another full skein of this. So on the actual tag for that one, for this skein that I used, it was 103 grams. So, and I think the other one is a little bit over 100 grams as well. The other yarn that I have from her, which I think is in here. I have this bag. This bag, pretty sure it's this bag. Yep. This bag actually contains a lot of my caked up yarns that I want to use for projects. So there's my other cake of Sweet Georgia, which I'll talk about in a minute. Hand dyed Bob Wilson 123. Love it. Don't know what I'm going to make out of that yet. Oh, here it is. So this is the other colorway from Kelly, who is Miss Click Clack. She actually had this this particular colorway in her shop, and I thought I'd seen it in a DK weight, and I messaged her and I said, oh, do you have this particular colorway in a DK? I know I'd seen it in your shop, but I couldn't remember. And she said, no, I've only got it in fingering. So I did a custom order for this one. I've had it for a while. It fits me perfectly, the colorway of this. It's called You're Not the Boss of Me. And as you can see, I ordered two skeins of this. There's 200 meters per skein, which this would probably, I'd say that might be enough to do like a DK weight shawl. As I said, I have another skein of the Turkish Delight, which is what this colorway is. And I love her yarns. I haven't tried any of her fingering weight yarns yet, but it is definitely on my list. Her shop is actually on vacation at the moment. I think it's going to be back up soon, but she's based in Melbourne. Let's just go through this bag, why not? I have my Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in the coffee shop colorway. You probably can't see it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, let's just say I'm an idiot. When I was caking up this yarn, you know when it's all hanked up and it's tied? Well, I think I accidentally cut the tie that, you know, where it was tied, and then I also cut along the bit of yarn, which is why I have the little one and the big mama one. So I mean, there's more than enough in here. Again, I think, you know, there's probably a bit more in the coffee shop than what there is in that one, but you know, again, maybe a future swap. Some of the Stroll yarns are actually on sale on Knit Picks at the moment. Thank you, Cora, for enabling people. No, I actually haven't purchased anything yet. I have things in my cart that I'm very tempted. Let's get all the air out of this bag. That I'm tempted to possibly pick up. I don't know when the sale finishes. I'm not sure about that, but that in there. Oh, I have this one from Rose Hip Island, which I will talk about her yarn again in a minute. This is a fingering weight yarn. How did we segue into things Tam wants to knit? I don't know. This is the New Zealand sock, so it's 80% New Zealand merino and 20% nylon. There's 357 meters or 390 yards in here, and this colorway, I love the name and I love the colors in it. This is called Plain Crazy, and I have 2 skeins of Timucua Valley yarn. This gradient, this is a one of a kind colorway, I can't tell from there. And the other one is a fingering weight yarn. I don't have specific things in mind for these yet. She's actually having I believe she's having a shop update. Is it next week sometime? I'll have to check. This is the Grapevine gradient. This is so pretty. Had to have it. It's a DK weight, 100% New Zealand machine washable wool. So that's so nice. The other one is her Wicked Witch colorway. This is 100% Australian superwash. Couldn't resist these colours. It is just beautiful pinks and purples. There is 360 meters in here. It's obviously a fingering weight yarn. It's just squishy. Love it. You can possibly see one of her yarns over there. I did a little hat out of one of her other colorways. I don't wear it as much because I don't know, I'm more into my knitted stuff these days. And I keep most of my yarn. Like, there's some yarn up there that is not in bags. Some of it's like my own hand-dyed stuff that I don't keep in bags. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm keeping in here, because I just went through my collection the other week and just caked up a bunch of yarns that I wanted to use. I was so mad because in the let's put these back before I start to try and talk to you guys. In the D-Stash group that I'm in, someone, I mean, they must have a lot of money, because they listed heaps and heaps of Madeline Tosh yarn. Like, there was 5 or 6 skeins of some of the colorways, and I'm just like, whoa. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Oh damn, someone bought it all. It's just annoying. I know, you know, I know I can get it online and stuff like that, and I do have some. One of my project bags has some Madeline Tosh DK that I actually got from the same group. I think I might make a handbrake cowl out of that eventually. But yeah, I was just like, why? It's always when it's, you know, it's not payday week, I find, is when that kind of stuff happens. It's always the way. So yeah, anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. I'm really happy with this. This is a TamsCraftyKnits pattern. So easy. If you are wanting to do a beginner project, like either one of these would be easy for a beginner to do. You know, I'd probably maybe start out with the cowl first, because you can use, I suppose you could probably use fingering weight yarn, but I love it. It's so nice. Speaking of needles, I sold this set. This is the Knit Pro Spectra set. These are the acrylic needles. I'll show you what ones I'm using at the moment. My Chai Goose, which are my metal needles. I love these damn things. I had been, like, as you guys know, knitting with these, and then I went back to using these for this cowl, and I just rushed through this cowl because I just could not. I couldn't stand these. I really couldn't. After knitting on metal needles, I could not go back to these. I couldn't stand it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell that set, and I might just buy a few different fixed circulars, and then when my tax comes back, I will invest in a set of interchangeable Chai Goose. And I know there's a few different variations, and I've been looking up prices here in Australia. They kind of vary between $125 and $200 and something. That's for like every single size that they come in. But yeah, love them. So I'll show you that in a minute. What should I talk about? I might as well talk about this since I've got it out. It's in my Mrs. Brown's bags bag. I actually love this bag. This is one of my favourite bags. In here I have, I spoke on Snapchat earlier about the hat. This is actually a Rose Hip Island yarn. You can find her on Etsy. I will have her linked down below. This is her DK Superwash wool. It's Australian Merino and a Merino cross. There's 200 grams. It's 200 grams? No. There's 200 meters per 100 grams, and this is in her Crayfish Xmas colorway. I love this colorway. I mean, well, look at that. It's beautiful, beautiful colors. I love it. Love this yarn. I'm using my, I believe it's my 5. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's my 5mm or size 8 needles. I actually found these little things at Aldi, believe it or not. They're children's hair ties. It's supposed to be in a circle, but, and I thought, how cool would they be for holding my needles together? Because I don't have those the little tubes where you like put the end of the needle in there and it holds everything on the needles. Because I think here in Australia they're like $12 for one. So what I've done, I just kind of loop it around. It's actually similar, Lisa, if you're watching, to the idea that you had with the hair ties from like the dollar store. I got a pack of 8 of these. They're just plastic, from Aldi. So that's holding together. I literally this morning finished off the band, what's it called? The brim of the hat is the word I'm looking for. And I'm thinking that I'm just making it up as I go along. I cast on 80 stitches and I'm just going to knit for a few rows and then maybe I'll purl. Kind of similar concept to this kind of, but just to give it a bit of texture. So yeah, I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. So it's that. I haven't done any more on my custom order, which I really need to. I have like a couple of weeks work coming up. Obviously I go to class Mondays, Tuesdays, and then I'm working, one week I'm working Thursday, Friday, then the next week obviously I go to school Monday, Tuesday, and then I work from Wednesday to Friday. But my boss is awesome and I've got all early shifts, so I start at 6 o'clock in the morning and finish at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The next project I have in this bag, I actually made this myself. It's got Mickey Mouse on it and it has orange lining. In here I have my pattern for, now this is a paid for pattern. There was a promotion that you could get, I think it was $1 off, but I'm not sure if it's still running. This is by Amber O'Brien and it's the Anissa wrap. It is so pretty. I was a little bit scared last night. I was like reading through the pattern. I'm like, yeah, I know how to do that. No, I don't know how to do that. So I'm like going on YouTube and looking up how to do certain things. But I think once I get into it, I should be right. My friend who is terminally ill with cancer, her name is Anissa, so I thought this was kind of perfect timing. I'm going to make one for myself. I'll see how I go doing that, and then I may make one for her as well. I'll see how I go with it. I can't remember how much I paid for this. It may have been $5 or $6 I think, but I have quite a few of her patterns. When you sign up to her newsletter, you can pick from, she gives you 2 options to pick from and you get one of her patterns for free. There's that. I have my new needles in here. These arrived yesterday. These are the Chargoos, of course, lace ones. I got it in a 32-inch cable. I think that should be okay. I don't know. Those of you who knit shawls fairly regularly, let me know what size cables you typically use for yours. Because there's another shawl that I want to get as well, but I don't. This is the only size that I have in the 3.75 needle. So let me know if you use a 32-inch or do you go up a size in cable, because I'd like to know. This is like going to be my first shawl, so we'll see. If you live in Australia and you want to get hold of Chargoos, I would highly recommend going to Fabric. They're based in Queensland. I ordered these needles, I can't remember, and I chose flat rate shipping, but she actually sent them express, which I thought was so nice of her, and obviously they arrived so quickly. She's actually having a sale on some of her needles at the moment, and that's actually where I'm thinking about getting my interchangeable set of these from. These were $14, I think, but obviously it varies in size, but yeah, she has a few different brands on there as well, so that's those. Then the yarns that I'm actually going to use for this, I did post on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm not going to take them out of the bag, but you can go to my Instagram if you want to really see it. This one down here, this is my own hand dyed yarn, and my camera's going to cut out on me. any minute because the SD card's full. Here we go. Okay, so we cleared off half the SD card. So this particular yarn down here is actually a yarn that I hand dyed myself. This is a 4-ply 50/50 merino silk. I named this Morning Sunrise. This is the Sweet Georgia. I don't know what, it's a BFL. Let's see if I can tell you through here. It is a BFL sock, 80% superwash blue-faced Leicester, and 20% nylon. That one, I've never used any Sweet Georgia before, and as you saw before, I have another cake of this as well, so it's good. Then this grey here is from the Bendigo Woolen Mill. It's 100% wool, and there's 116 grams in that because I got it from the back room. If you've never been there before, all of the full priced yarn is in the front, and at the back is where they have little gems. I'll have to actually do like a vlog there one day, but I have another skein of this grey as well, so if I need a bit more, I have another skein of it. I think it's up, yeah, it's up on my shelf up there. So those are the colours that I'm going to use, and I'm planning on casting that on today. And for my little stitch marker, this is one that I made myself. I'm actually going to use, you probably can't tell, but I'm actually going to use this little turtle. So that. Speaking of patterns, I actually printed off a bunch of them yesterday. The first one is the Linus shawl. I've been wanting to make this for a while, and it seems like it would be a fairly straightforward knit, so I have that. Then the other two patterns that I have, I believe these are both paid for, but I can't remember. I think one of them I purchased, and then one I got for free when I signed up to a newsletter. I think this one, which is the Alina shawl, is a paid for. I just printed this one off in black and white. That one. And then the other one is the Sea Dragon shawl. All these obviously are by Amber O'Brien. And I love if you go to the actual page for this for the pattern on Ravelry, it looks so pretty. These black and white photos don't really make it look very special, but it looks really pretty. I'm just really wanting to knit the shawls. Maybe that can be the title of the episode. I don't know. And then when I was at the supermarket, because sometimes when I'm knitting I want to kind of jot down little things, or if I'm doing a hat, like this one that I showed you, and I'm just making up the pattern, I want to kind of write it down so that I remember in case I want to make it again. So I picked up these little notebooks. They were $2 for 3, and they're just, this one has little foxes on it, and it's just, you know, has some lines in it. So, and these fit nicely in project bags. They're not too heavy, don't take up too much space, so I got 2 packs of those. They're only $2. And the last thing, I thought this was such a cool find. I found this at the thrift store, and I was a little bit excited. There is actually a date in this book. It says the 12th of the 5th 90. So this is quite an old book. Don't don't know when it was published. This one, let me see if I can find out. It was first published in 1989. And it's the family album Knitting for Children and Adults. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy's name because I'm going to totally butcher it. But I thought it was an amazing find. And for $4, it's hardcover. And I'm pretty sure he has his own like yarn lines and stuff. And yeah, I mean, some of them are, you know, a little bit outdated, but I thought it was a cool kind of collector's thing as well to have, you know, in my knitting books. So that up. And then I was watching the Grocery Girls this morning, which I'm kind of behind. I didn't realise how many episodes behind it was. I'm like, now I think I'm only 2 or 3 episodes behind, but last night I was like 5 episodes behind. And I really shouldn't watch them because they enable people too much. There's a couple of new dyers that I would love to try eventually. One of them is based in the US, so I probably won't purchase from her for a little while, at least until the dollar goes back up. Maybe tax time I might, but the dollar isn't that great at the moment, so kind of sucks. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm planning on sitting down and watching season 4 of Orange is the New Black. Netflix here in Australia have released all of season 4. They did the same thing with season 3 and I binge watched that over a few days. So yeah, I'm planning on casting on my shawl and watching some of that today. And I'll probably have to check in and see. I actually downsized people that I'm subscribed to. Like I'm still subscribed to like all the people that I always watch, but there was people that I was subscribed to and that were, you know, come up in my subscription feed that I had been watching their podcasts and I was kind of like, this is silly. Like, there's no point in me being subscribed to them if I'm not actually watching their videos. So I actually have it down to about 43 or something like that, which I think is pretty decent. So hopefully I won't get as far behind with watching podcasts as what I have been. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Next month is the Bendigo Sheep and Wool show. I am planning on going to that. I need to order my tickets next week. If any of you, I know a few of you are in Australia, if you're planning on going, let me know if you want to, you know, catch up while we're there, maybe do a bit of shopping together. I was actually laughing when I got off the phone to my boss. I said to my mom, I'm like, well, at least I'm going to have a bit of shopping money for the Sheep and Wool show. And she just rolled her eyes at me. She's just like, really? I'm like, well, my tax might not be back in time, so, you know. Because I get paid every fortnight. And the Bendigo Sheep and Wool show, I think, is like smack bang in the middle. So it's in the middle of like my working weeks. So 1 week, I'll get 1 week's pay then, and then I'll have to wait 2 weeks for the second, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm not planning on taking a lot of money. I mean, come on, we all know that I don't need a lot of yarn. I was actually thinking about, Pam, taking a leaf out of your book. You did a bit of a de-stash. I was kind of a bit sad I missed out on some things, but it wasn't meant to be. It's just how it is. Actually destashing some of my yarn on Etsy seems like a pretty good way to go in terms of doing it that way, because there's just, I mean, there's yarn, like I have some Benny of Woolen Mill yarn and I have some Cascade 220 that I don't know that I'm actually gonna use. So yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing a bit of a destash myself. And don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing wrong with acrylic. I have acrylic in my collection. I use acrylic yarn. But I really want to get into more of the hand-dyed stuff. And so I need to kind of make way. What I really need to do is actually go through the other shelving that I used to store all my yarn stuff in, because some of it just needs to go. Just go. There's only so many hours in the day and you can never get everything done. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. If you guys would be interested in a destash, let me know, because I'm seriously thinking about doing that. Like I said, I'm not taking a ton of money to the Benny Ship and Wool show, maybe a couple of $100. That probably seems like, whoa, really? But I know that, you know, hand-dyed yarn and fibre is not cheap. I'm also thinking about destashing my spindle, my hand spindle that I got from Ashford, because I don't like using it. And I want to get I've been wanting to get one for a while, an actual spinning wheel. I have my eye on the Ashford Kiwi too. I've had my eye on that for a while. I've used it before and it's really, really nice. So I really want to get one of my own, which means I need to clear out some of the other stuff first. Yeah. Maybe that could be a job for next weekend. Anyway, I'm going to go before I sit here and ramble on for another half an hour. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. That's usually where I post what I'm doing, that kind of thing. I need to go through and update my Ravelry project page. I've been a bit slack on doing that. And I really need to be more active in the Ravelry groups that I'm actually in. I know I have one for myself, but that's fallen by the wayside. I don't even go in there anymore. As I said, I barely have time to go in the groups that I'm actually a part of, let alone running my own Ravelry group. Yeah, I don't know. It just gets too busy sometimes. But yeah, I passed my first assessment for my course, which was really good, so that's going well. It's just a little bit boring because some of the stuff we're doing now I already kind of know from doing my certificate 3, so I kind of have to force myself to pay attention, but we'll get through it. And after August, like there's a period where I don't actually have to go to class for 3 weeks, so there's like 6 days where I don't have to go to class, and I can't remember why that is. I think it's because we're studying our diploma and that's like finishing up their certificate 3, which we don't have to do that bit because we keep going or something like that. So yeah, could be a bit of knitting time in there, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm going now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys are working on, because I would love to see photos of your work. And if you're starting a new project like me, or it's your first time doing a certain project, let me know in the comments. By the way, the socks that I was doing, they've gone bye-bye. They're gone. We're having a break from socks for a little while. We'll come back to it eventually, but we're having a break. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.